The war of the SKIBIDI toilets has begun. Today I will tell you the complete and explained story of the SKIBIDI toilets video series from the beginning to the present, episode 65. You've probably come across some of these seemingly random videos, but they actually conceal a great lore which I will explain and narrate in a single video. So if you want to discover the origin, creation and history of the SKIBIDI toilets, stay tuned until the end of the video. If you want me to also explain the new episode of SKIBIDI toilets when it comes out, you must leave your like, and I invite everyone to subscribe and hit the notification bell. In this video, I will show you all its secrets, so give it a thumbs up and subscribe right now. I am George Isaac 115 and let's begin with the video. This story is based in a world where a part of humanity over the years has evolved to the point where they have security cameras instead of heads. This species is known as cameramen, and they live in peace and harmony with humans. Cameramen act as the police or FBI of this world, and everything they see is recorded in their heads, literally. It's important to note that all the videos shown in this story have been recorded by cameramen. One day, a cameraman was in his apartment with two friends, and when he went to the bathroom to urinate, a disturbing head singing a song known as SKIBIDI appeared in the toilet. This was the first video of a SKIBIDI toilet captured on camera. The cameraman didn't understand what was happening, and suddenly the toilet head tried to bite him, but he managed to escape to the hallways outside his apartment. However, when he reached the elevator, he found three more toilets with heads singing the same song. From that moment, these head toilets were named SKIBIDI toilets. Humans and cameramen didn't understand what was going on. In the city center, a giant SKIBIDI toilet appeared, escorted by smaller SKIBIDI toilets. As it advanced down the street, the giant accidentally crushed a human. At that moment, humanity understood that these beings were very dangerous. It is believed that the first SKIBIDI toilets are extraterrestrials who arrived on our planet in peace, or so they want us to believe, as everything indicates that SKIBIDI toilets have the power to manipulate certain human thoughts. They managed to convince humanity to never use normal chairs or seats again, but instead replace them with toilets they gifted. They were convinced this was fine until one day a cameraman in a restaurant witnessed how the toilets started sucking the humans sitting on them, leaving only their heads, creating new SKIBIDI toilets. This had been their plan from the beginning. Only a few days had passed since the first SKIBIDI toilets arrived in our world, and they had already turned a large number of humans into SKIBIDI toilets. Some of them could fly and others could spit out more SKIBIDI toilets from their mouths, initiating a massive invasion. The military began to get scared and mobilized their troops to stop the invasion. However, the SKIBIDI managed to manipulate humans into believing that everything was fine and that they were peaceful. They even organized parties in nightclubs with various humans. And so the SKIBIDI toilets continued to convert more humans into SKIBIDI, to the point where even presidents of the United States were turned into SKIBIDI toilets. The cameraman couldn't allow this to continue, so one of them decided to test what would happen if he flushed the toilet of a SKIBIDI toilet. To his surprise, he realized that was the way to kill them. This was the first time a SKIBIDI toilet had been eliminated by a cameraman. However, several SKIBIDI toilets witnessed this and attacked the cameraman, but before dying, he managed to record the arrival of the supreme SKIBIDI toilet. This incident led to a war between cameramen and SKIBIDI toilets. The cameramen only wanted to save humans and prevent them from losing control of the world, but the SKIBIDI toilets had reached such a level of manipulation that they even had a golden monument in the city. Now the cameramen were considered a rebel group and were pursued by the SKIBIDI toilet police. It's worth mentioning that when frightened, cameramen run away dancing. It's a normal thing for them. The SKIBIDI toilets even founded their own church, but cameramen attacked them to try to reclaim their city. Cameramen travel in camera buses or flying ships shaped like old cameras and reach the city center to confront the SKIBIDI toilets, and thus the Great War began. Some cameramen were modified to grow in size and fight against the giant SKIBIDI toilets. However, the supreme SKIBIDI toilet was much more powerful, as it could shoot laser beams from its eyes. The cameramen created a spider-like camera camera robot, and with the help of the ships, some cameramen surprise the flying Skibidi toilets by falling on them and flushing the toilets to kill them. But suddenly, a Skibidi toilet tank arrived, which didn't mind destroying its own kind to kill the cameramen. The cameramen were beginning to lose the battle, so they tried to kill Skibidi toilets with car bombs, but their plans were thwarted. They even created a fake Skibidi toilet with a camera head that was actually a drone to infiltrate a secret Skibidi toilet laboratory. A SKIBIDI scientist had created a spider SKIBIDI toilet, which upon discovering the drone made it explode with a beam and attack the cameraman controlling it. Some cameramen used a camera satellite to shoot a powerful beam and eliminate all the giant SKIBIDI toilets gathered in a city, but it didn't work, and the SKIBIDI G toilet destroyed the satellite and the cameraman. The war seemed lost for the cameramen until one day they managed to breed a cameraman titan that easily defeated the spider and military Skibidi toilets. Normal cameramen started to relax and enjoy the show of the titan cameraman defeating all the Skibidi toilets, but suddenly the Skibidi G toilet appeared and attacked the titan cameraman with laser beams. The titan cameraman used a shield to defend himself, but the Skibidi tank hit his shield and the Skibidi G toilet managed to severely injure him. The titan cameraman had no choice but to escape. This story keeps getting more interesting, and if you're enjoying it, please like and subscribe right now. Don't forget, the cameraman kidnapped a Skibidi toilet and interrogated him to find out the whereabouts of the SKIBIDI G toilet, but the Skibidi toilet made a strange noise that served to call the SKIBIDI G toilet, who killed all the cameramen there. The cameraman made a plan to surprise the SKIBIDI G toilet from behind and pull his valve, but even that didn't work as the SKIBIDI G toilet could withstand the flushing and killed them. At that moment, we saw a 5-headed Skibidi toilet with spider legs, which we'll call the Skibidi Chimera. Meanwhile, the cameramen in their secret laboratory were repairing the Titan cameraman but were attacked by the Skibidi toilets. Upon seeing that the Titan was there, they tried to escape but were killed by the Titan. Some Skibidi toilets ate the cameramen and others beat them to death, but there were strong cameramen who could defeat several Skibidi toilets. However, they were no match for the Skibidi Chimera, and when all seemed lost, a talking man appeared who defeated the Chimera, now the speaker. Men joined the war to help the cameramen. They are very similar and even dance the same way. They only differ because they have a speaker in their head instead of a camera. The talking men set a trap for the Skibidi toilets, so the cameramen and speakers cover their ears with headphones, and a giant spider speaker emits a powerful sound that pushes and explodes the Skibidi toilets. In this way, the speakermen and cameramen begin to gain an advantage in the war against the Skibidi toilets, but suddenly a giant masked Skibidi toilet appears, but it is defeated by a Titan speaker with cannons, and upon defeating it, it defecates on the toilet. Literally, the Skibidi toilets are now losing the war. The talking men find them even in their hideouts. Because of this, the talking men and small cameramen are celebrating because they already feel like winners. But suddenly, a disturbing Skibidi toilet appears that seems to be glitched or damaged, but it actually has super speed, as if it were the Flash. It crushes the heads of all those who were celebrating. On the other hand, several cameramen were kidnapped, and we see how the Skibidi toilet scientist has modified his body, and now it spits out Skibidi parasites that can hack and take control of a cameraman to force him to kill his own kind. The hacked cameramen attack the cameraman by surprise as they did not expect it, and this way the Skibidi toilets managed to regain the advantage in the war. While the Titan speaker defeated a military Skibidi toilet from behind, the scientist filled it with Skibidi parasites and managed to hack the Titan speaker, who now brutally attacks his speaker and camera allies. From this moment, the Titan speaker emits another music through its speakers, which is the same as the SKIBIDI song. The SKIBIDI G toilet destroys YouTube's offices, and a hybrid between SKIBIDI toilets and cameramen created by the SKIBIDI scientist appears. It seems that all is lost. However, the cameramen discover that if you remove the SKIBIDI parasite from the hacked cameraman, they return to normal. Knowing this, the cameramen capture several hacked cameramen to test their new weapon that shoots a ray that kills the SKIBIDI parasites but doesn't affect the cameras, and this makes the hacked cameramen return to normal cameramen. But suddenly they are surprised from the ceiling by the hacked Titan speaker and the SKIBIDI G toilet. The cameramen try to shoot the new weapon against the Titan speaker, but it is too weak to defeat him, so the cameraman who shot it sacrifices himself, not without throwing the weapon to his companion to protect it so they can continue the research and create a better weapon. Press F in the chat for that cameraman hero. The cameramen fled to an alley with the weapon, and after some time they managed to create more parasite killing ray guns. With these they managed to return several cameramen who were accompanying SKIBIDI toilets in the war back to normalcy, and once they were back to normal it was easier for them to flush the toilets. Then they created a tank with a parasite killing ray cannon, and thus they were able to bring the hacked giant cameramen back to normalcy. And so these giants defeated the SKIBIDI hybrid. The cameramen prepared an attack. They managed to find the talking titan on top of a building, and the tank cannon shot the parasite killing ray. But suddenly the SKIBIDI G toilet crossed in the middle and prevented the ray from reaching the talking titan. The supreme SKIBIDI counterattacked and destroyed the tank cannon, thus ending the cameramen's last hope. But the cameramen are being defeated by the SKIBIDI toilets, but suddenly a TV man appeared and emitted a powerful blue light that hypnotized and immobilized the SKIBIDI toilets. With this, the cameramen could flush them down easily. A new hope arose for the cameramen. The TV men told the cameramen to step aside as they would handle the rest of the battle. The giant TV man approached and gave the cameramen a protective lens so that they wouldn't be affected by the giant's power. This giant emitted a powerful white light that made the SKIBIDI stand still and suffer immense pain. The speakerman took advantage of this and pulled the chains. Even several flying SKIBIDI toilets fell and exploded on the ground. After this, a TV titan arrived at the battle, which emitted a red light that tortured the SKIBIDI toilets, causing them to self-destruct. They flushed themselves. Now the cameramen, speakermen, and TV men had the upper hand against the SKIBIDI toilets. The TV men showed the cameramen that they no longer needed the parasite killing weapons, since with the blue light from the TVs they forced the parasites out of the hacked cameramen and even manipulated the parasites to make them kill each other. However, while a cameraman watched this, he was attacked by a new type of SKIBIDI toilets without a mouth that had robotic tentacles. On the other hand, the cameraman now rested and watched as the TV men took care of everything. But what they didn't expect was that the SKIBIDI toilets had put on glasses to avoid being affected by the TV light. Seeing this, the TV men used their teleportation power, which consisted of releasing black smoke and disappearing from the scene, leaving the cameramen behind. Despite this, the TV titan continued to fight, and it was attacked by a robotic SKIBIDI toilets with glasses. The TV titan, with a single blow, smashed its glasses and activated its rock light, making it explode. But suddenly more giant SKIBIDI toilets arrived, all wearing glasses. It seemed like the titan was cornered, but at that moment helicopter speakers arrived and merged with him to become the talking TV titan. He unleashed his maximum power, and the high volume of the speakers destroyed the SKIBIDI's glasses while the TV's light made them explode. It was the perfect combination, and now the glasses wouldn't save the SKIBIDI. But what the TV titan didn't expect was that behind him, the hacked talking titan had arrived. A great battle between titans was about to begin. The TV titan was far superior to the hacked talking titan, so the latter had no choice but to escape. But the TV titan used his teleportation to chase him. He reached a rural area on the outskirts of the city, but the hacked talking titan managed to escape him. It was at that moment that a new modified SKIBIDI appeared that absorbed the cameraman like a vacuum cleaner. Its eyes and ears had been pierced with pieces of metal that the SKIBIDI scientist had placed to prevent it from seeing or hearing, thus avoiding the powers of the TV men and speakers. This vacuum SKIBIDI toilets tried to attack the talking TV titan, but he defended himself and pierced its head with the claws on his back, killing it instantly and saving the cameraman it had absorbed. The talking TV titan teleported again, pursuing the other titan until he reached the destroyed area of the city and realized it was a trap. The hacked talking titan had brought him here so that the supreme SKIBIDI G toilet could attack him by surprise. The SKIBIDI G toilet had robotic robotic enhancements in its body that allowed it to shoot 4 laser beams, but even that wasn't enough to defeat the talking TV Titan, who quickly counterattacked using his maximum power of red light and intense sound. The Supreme Skibidi was about to be defeated, and suddenly a Skibidi with saws attacked the talking Titan from behind and managed to cut pieces of his speakers and a claw from his body before being killed by the Titan with the remaining claw. But at that moment, the Skibidi G Toilet took the opportunity to destroy the little armor he had left. The TV Titan grabbed the Supreme Skibidi and used the only power he had left, which was emitting red light through his screen. But what he didn't expect was that the hacked talking Titan would attack from behind unexpectedly and would shatter his TV with a knife. The TV Titan was completely defenseless, and the Skibidi G Toilet and hacked talking Titan took the opportunity to attack with all their power. Even a Skibidi parasite came flying to try to hack the TV Titan, but it managed to escape just in time. It teleported to an unknown location. All of this was recorded by a cameraman who observed the battle, but unfortunately, the Skibidi G Toilet saw him and killed him with a shot. Suddenly, a mysterious individual approached the cameraman's corpse and retrieved the video he had recorded before dying. This person had been lurking in the shadows all this time, watching the war of the Skibidi Toilets, and had been recovering videos of fallen cameramen, uploading them to his YouTube channel to document everything happening in his city. His name was none other than Dafuk Boom, the same channel that publishes all the episodes of Skibidi Toilets in real life. On the other hand, the war continued in the city, and because the TV Titan was defeated, now the Skibidi regained control of the situation. Despite this, there was a very brave cameraman capable of defeating 5 Skibidi Toilets without any problem, using 2 plungers as weapons, and all of this was being observed by Dafuk Boom in the shadows. Suddenly, a circular Skibidi Toilets attacked the cameraman, and while this was happening, the Skibidi G Toilet continued searching for the escaped TV Titan, and even now wore glasses to be prepared if he found him. Unfortunately, many speaker and cameramen have fallen in combat or have been seriously injured as new Skibidi Toilets modified by the Skibidi scientists have appeared. Like this Skibidi, which even has a camera and speaker added to its body, which surely are parts of fallen soldiers' bodies. This Skibidi attacked a surviving cameraman, and when he was about to kill him, he was interrupted by a powerful TV woman who joined the battle. This TV woman used a power never seen before, emitting orange light through her screen, which caused that Skibidi to catch fire and die burned. After this, the circular saw Skibidi wanted to avenge his companion and was about to attack the TV woman, but she used another ability that consisted of separating her TV head from her body. Practically, her TV was now a parasite that helped her control the mind of that Skibidi and made him crash into a giant thief Skibidi before detaching from him and returning to reconnect with the woman's body. There were more Skibidi Toilets approaching from behind, so they had no choice but to grab the surviving cameramen and teleport them back to their secret base, the same one where they had been repairing the Titan camera all this time. However, what the cameramen didn't expect was that the Skibidi Toilets found their base and began attacking them by surprise. Many modified giant Skibidi Toilets raided the base and were killing all the speaker and cameramen. They heard them trying to return to the base, but they were brutally killed by the Skibidi, even setting them on fire. Despite all this horror, there was a cameraman who wasn't afraid of death, the same brave cameraman who defeated many Skibidi with his plungers and survived the circular saw Skibidi's attack. Now he was determined to face all those giant Skibidi alone, using only his 2 plungers. The brave cameraman was willing to give his life to save his brothers, but suddenly the Titan camera descended from the sky and crushed several Skibidi Toilets. All this time, the Titan had been repaired and improved in these laboratories, and the great day of his return had arrived. He destroyed the spider Skibidi using his new arm cannon and smashed a giant Skibidi with his new hammer. This Titan camera 2.0 is much stronger than before and didn't suffer any damage when a Skibidi Toilet spat fire at him. Moreover, the reactor in his chest can now shoot blue fire, which allowed him to burn that Skibidi Toilets. With his other arm, he could attract a robotic Skibidi as if it were a magnet and slam it against the ground. That's how the Titan camera destroyed all the Skibidi Toilets that had raided their base. The cameramen and speakermen have been saved, and the Titan went in search of more Skibidi Toilets. He defeated the most powerful ones in the city and even incinerated one until it turned into a skull. The Titan brought the brave cameraman with him to help him in battle, and he easily defeated several SKIBIDI with his plungers. Even a very powerful camera woman joined the battle who could shoot harpoons at several SKIBIDI at once. The cameraman's army regained the upper hand in the war, and the Titan easily defeated them all. But what he didn't expect was that a supersonic SKIBIDI toilets would appear. It came out of nowhere and destroyed a giant speaker man. Seeing this, the brave cameraman didn't think twice and flew with his jetpack ready to fight against that SKIBIDI toilets that looked like a UFO. But the Titan interrupted them and tried to hit it with his hammer. However, the UFO SKIBIDI was so fast that it dodged his attacks. It suffered damage from the Titan's pulse cannon shots, so the UFO SKIBIDI had to escape flying while spewing fire. The army of cameramen now had more powerful weapons, laser rifles, and a tank with a greatly improved parasite killing cannon. The cameramen shot the new rifles at the SKIBIDI toilets, causing them to be paralyzed and easily defeated. They also had electric clubs that paralyzed the SKIBIDI as well. But suddenly the glitched SKIBIDI reappeared and started decapitating several cameramen until the TV woman came to the rescue. The glitched SKIBIDI also decapitated her, but she was not defeated by that attack as she could detach her TV head from her body by herself. She seized the moment and spun around, emitting her violet light in all directions until she managed to hit the glitched SKIBIDI, completely paralyzing it. This SKIBIDI was also injected to put it to sleep and possibly use it in experiments. The one who shot it was the scientific Walkman who had been cut in half by the circular saw SKIBIDI in the past and now had a robotic exoskeleton that allowed him to walk and continue in the battle. On the other hand, the cameraman who had been saved by the TV woman and embraced him to teleport him to the base is now hopelessly in love with her. He even has a picture of her that he keeps in his coat. He's definitely a huge simp. Since the TV woman saved him again for the second time, he wanted to thank her by giving her a hug, but she rejected him and escaped from there by teleporting. F in the chat for this fallen soldier. The cameramen continued fighting and advancing through the city while escorting the armored tank with the improved parasite killing cannon. Suddenly, a triple bathtub SKIBIDI stood in their way, but the Titan camera easily got rid of it. However, what it didn't expect was that behind it, the UFO SKIBIDI was attacking the helicopters of the medical cameramen. This made the Titan go to help them and left the tank unprotected for a few seconds. This was part of the SKIBIDI toilets plan. They purposely distracted the Titan so that the school SKIBIDI could arrive and with its toxic vomit destroy the tank and several cameramen around it. This SKIBIDI is the same one that was burned by the Titan when he fought in the city, and it seemed that the SKIBIDI scientist had modified it to survive and continue fighting. The Titan camera quickly returned and kicked the SKIBIDI before shooting it up close with the cannon on its arm. However, this caused the toxic acid to fall on its weapon, destroying it. This happened because the Titan got enraged and acted without thinking. Either way, it managed to defeat the school SKIBIDI, but the tank had already been destroyed, and with it, the cameraman's last hope. Seeing this, the Titan took a picture and sent these 13 news to his fellow cameramen, who, upon learning that the tank had been destroyed, felt true terror. Even the TV men were disappointed and abandoned the cameramen to their fate, and suddenly the hack talking Titan returned to the battle. It had been repaired and improved. It attacked some cameramen who, no matter how hard they tried to escape, couldn't, and killed one of them with the strong sound of its new speakers. This Titan had just appeared because it was out of danger now, as the tank with the parasite killing cannon had been destroyed. Despite this, the Titan camera was not going to give up. It found the talking Titan and confronted it. It was a very tough battle, but the Titan camera was far superior to the talking one. When it was about to defeat it, the upgraded Supreme SKIBIDI appeared and attacked the camera Titan from behind. However, this did not harm it, and the camera launched itself against it. This moment was seized by the talking Titan to recover, but what he didn't know was that the brave cameraman was behind him and jumped onto his neck to eliminate the SKIBIDI parasite controlling the talking Titan. However, the Titan realized in time, grabbed grabbed him with its hand and brutally murdered him, crushing him and throwing him to the ground. F in the chat for the brave cameraman who fought honorably until the end. Meanwhile, the camera titan was defeating the Skibidi G toilet. It burned its face and crushed it with its hammer. After this, it attacked the talking titan, but it was stabbed in the back by a steel Skibidi with its swords. This also did not harm it, and it killed that Skibidi instantly. But this was actually a distraction. A parasite Skibidi flew towards it, but the camera titan caught it first and crushed it. The talking titan took advantage to continue attacking the camera, and suddenly the TV woman teleported on top of the talking titan, jumped to its neck, and started killing the Skibidi parasite controlling it. The talking titan tried to shake off the TV woman, but the camera titan stopped it, grabbing it by the arms. The Skibidi G toilet lunged and was about to attack the camera titan to defend the talking titan. However, the camera woman and other cameramen attacked the Supreme One to distract it, and thanks to this teamwork, they all managed to defeat the talking titan and destroy its Skibidi parasite. The Skibidi G toilet had no choice but to escape from there. The TV woman got off the talking titan and took the brave cameraman with her, perhaps to repair him and bring him back to life in the future. Unfortunately, the TV woman did not realize that the simp cameraman was also dying on the side who was in love with her, and they left him to his fate. Meanwhile, the camera titan completely tore off the Skibidi parasite and crushed it, killing it once and for all. This made the talking titan come back to his senses. He had just been freed and felt very remorseful for all the damage he had done. That's why he flew away from there and very angrily went to murder many Skibidi toilets to take revenge for having manipulated him all this time. All this battle was still being watched by Dafuk Boom, hiding from the heights. At that moment, the talking titan was surrounded by the Skibidi helicopters that used to be the titan's bodyguards and always accompanied him. Without thinking twice, the titan mercilessly finished off all those Skibidi. More powerful Skibidi kept appearing. There was even one with 4 rocket launchers and laser beams, but even that one was easily eliminated by the talking titan while being accompanied by the camera titan. The army of the speakers approached their titan to thank him for helping them regain the upper hand in the war. It was at that moment that both titans bumped their hands, thus officially declaring that they were allies again. On the other hand, the Skibidi G toilet was reunited with its soldiers, and the UFO Skibidi was reprimanding it for its failure. The Supreme One didn't like the tone it was using, and just as it was about to shoot the UFO, another flying Skibidi appeared and grabbed its head. These two flying Skibidi are known as Astro toilets and have just rebelled against the Supreme One, also known as Skibidi G-Man. They were about to stab it and shoot it in the face, but suddenly the Skibidi scientist attacked them and prevented them from finishing off the Supreme One. He ordered them to get out of there and not to reveal themselves again. The Skibidi scientist is now much more powerful since he has modified and improved himself to the point that he even equipped his body with the speakers that were ripped off the TV Titan. The Skibidi thanked him for saving him, and at that moment they realized that they were being spied on by 2 cameramen, so they killed them mercilessly. And all this video was broadcast in real time on the screen of the great TV man who was showing them the army of speakers and cameramen and the Titans. The latter more than ever are determined to end the Skibidi G toilet and the scientist. On the other hand, the war continued between the cameramen and the new Skibidi toilets. Even a Skibidi with long hair appeared with the ability to emit a flash of light that affected the cameramen and killed them with rockets. When it was about to finish off the last cameraman in the area, a speaker woman appeared. The light didn't affect her since speakers cannot see. They sense their surroundings with echolocation. She easily managed to defeat that Skibidi toilet and pull its chain. Meanwhile, in another war zone, the medical cameramen were reviving the fallen cameramen in battle. But suddenly, the Skibidi scientist appeared, teleporting himself with the same ability as the TV men. Everything indicated that the scientist, in addition to equipping himself with the speakers that were ripped off the TV man, also put some television pieces in his body to obtain this teleportation power. The scientist used the noise ability of his speakers to easily defeat the cameras and surrounding speakermen. However, the POV cameraman recording that video just as he was dying managed to place himself in the headphones. That is, someone knocked him to the ground. That someone could be none other than Dafuk Boom, who handed him this protection and left walking away unconcerned. He might have had headphones on too and wasn't even afraid of the Skibidi toilets. He did this simply so that the POV cameraman could keep recording the Skibidi so that Dafuk Boom would recover it later from his corpse and upload it to his YouTube channel. The Skibidi scientist was accompanied by the Skibidi Giman and many new Skibidi mutants that are the scientist's own creations. All of them were wearing headphones because they knew the scientist would use the power of the speakers. Some Skibidi with the body of the great speaker man and the great cameraman even appeared, taking care of killing the POV cameraman. The war between the cameramen and Skibidi toilets was becoming more violent to the point that a Skibidi with pincers brutally stabbed a poor man and cameraman, but suddenly a speaker man with knives easily defeated that Skibidi. After that, the mutant Skibidi with the body of the great speaker man arrived and blew up one of the cameramen's war cars. However, something strange began to hit it. It moved too fast to be seen, and it was none other than the brave cameraman who had survived and was now inside a vehicle created from the glitched Skibidi. Now, the cameraman in the brown shirt, who was the same one the speaker woman had saved, started laughing at the brave cameraman, thinking that his body had now been fused with a Skibidi toilet. However, the brave one shut him up since it was just a vehicle he could exit. Despite this, the mutant Skibidi hadn't died yet, but a giant speaker man appeared who came to avenge and stabbed the Skibidi, killing it instantly. If you're finding this story very epic, I invite you to like the video right now and subscribe and activate the bell to be one of the first to find out all the new secrets of Skibidi toilets. And on the other hand, new giant Skibidi had appeared, creations of the scientists such as a dishwashing Skibidi that had an oven inside and many saws to destroy everything in its path. Several cameramen were killed, although one of them managed to dodge it and survive. Luckily, the talking titan and camera arrived in time to destroy that Skibidi. However, the Skibidi chief, the toilet, brought another Skibidi with missiles and explosives. This Skibidi fired its missiles at the camera titan, who used an energy shield to protect himself, while the speaker titan jumped over him and pulled the Skibidi's chain. Surprisingly, this was a trap because when the Skibidi died, a countdown detonator appeared that would explode all the bombs the Skibidi had in its body. Quickly, the camera titan grabbed it and took it to another part of the city to explode without affecting anyone else. Fortunately, this explosive Skibidi did not harm the camera titan, who returned safe and sound and shot an energy ball from his finger at some Skibidi helicopters. After this, he greeted the POV cameraman, but the speaker titan told the camera titan that they needed to chase the Skibidi toilet as it was escaping. After the titans flew away, the POV cameraman managed to see Dafuk Boom at the top of a building and suddenly disappeared. Apparently, this mysterious character is not a normal human and has the power to teleport at will. Perhaps this is why we have seen him in different places of the war, surrounded by a strange green light, because maybe that green aura is part of his teleportation power. Besides, Dafuk could display his face on the city screens and signs, and maybe he's the one who has hidden messages and signs all this time. And on the other hand, there was a Skibidi policeman shooting spears and killing cameramen, but strangely he spared the life of the cameraman in the brown shirt. Many monstrous Skibidi toilets had gathered in that place, and even the Skibidi scientist was there. The Skibidi toilet had reached this place, intentionally attracting the titans, as all this was a trap. He stood next to his Skibidi soldiers, and when the titans arrived, all the Skibidi fled and abandoned the toilet. The Skibidi chief didn't understand what was happening until the Skibidi scientist himself abandoned him. Apparently, all this was a betrayal organized by the scientist to leave the Skibidi toilet alone so that the titans would kill him. The G-Toilet had no choice but to face the Titans with all its might. However, they were much more powerful and managed to destroy the G-Toilet's weapons. The Speaker Titan tried to lower the Skibidi's valve, but it didn't work for some strange reason. But this wasn't an obstacle since the Camera Titan brutally hit the Skibidi with his hammer and punched it in the face many times. The G-Toilet tried to defend itself with laser beams from its eyes, but the Camera Titan covered himself with his energy shield, and the Speaker Titan stabbed both ears of the Skibidi, SKIBIDI, which was a tactic similar to what he used before against the TV Titan. The camera Titan took advantage of the moment and completely burned the G toilet using the blue fire from the reactor on his chest. It was at that moment that the Titans were bewildered by what they had just discovered. The SKIBIDI toilet was actually an imposter. It was another SKIBIDI using a disguise and weapons to look like the G toilet. The real SKIBIDI G toilet had been hidden all this time since the Astro toilets tried to rebel against him. The SKIBIDI scientist had created this entire plan: hide G toilet and create a fake G toilet to lure the Titans into a trap. But what this fake SKIBIDI didn't know was that the scientist was going to betray and abandon him too. The real aim of this plan was what happened next. While the Titans were trying to understand why there was a fake SKIBIDI inside the G toilet, a group of SKIBIDI with explosives in their bodies were falling from the sky to bombard the Titans. The speaker Titan was able to escape by flying in time. However, the camera Titan only managed to cover himself with his energy shield and crouch on the ground. This caused all the SKIBIDI to explode on top of him. All of this had been part of the scientist's plan. The fake G toilet was just a distraction to bomb the Titans with other SKIBIDI which had actually been thrown against their will. These SKIBIDI didn't want to die. Because of this, the POV cameraman was stunned by the explosion and watched as the speaker Titan was burning, but he was fine, unlike the camera Titan who had his whole body shattered and had even lost an arm. His weapons and cameras on his back and shoulders were completely damaged, and the main camera entity was cracked. With his last strength, the camera Titan tried to tell the POV cameraman that he was okay, but he really wasn't, and made the terrible gesture of dislike. We don't know what will happen to the camera Titan, if he will survive or die forever, but what we do know is that the cameramen will do their best to save him. Perhaps the camera Titan will be returned to the cameraman's lab to be repaired and improved again. He might be absent for many episodes until he comes back in the future much stronger, although there's also a possibility that he won't survive, and in future episodes we'll see him die. Now more than ever, we need the help of the TV Titan to protect the camera Titan and join forces with the speaker Titan to finally defeat and take revenge on the evil SKIBIDI toilets once and for all. If there was at least one secret in this video that you didn't know about SKIBIDI toilet, I challenge you to like the video right now and subscribe and hit the bell to be one of the first to see all of this. I am Jorge Isaac 115. See you in the next video, friends. Greetings to everyone and goodbye.